Hey all, welcome back to Mandy's Music Monday on Tuesday. So, at number one, listen to this. I stumble into town, just like a sacred cow. Only David Bowie can say sacred cow and make it sound really cool. So yeah, that's David Bowie, China Girl, and that song came out in 1983, according to this handy dandy year on the TV for this song. And that came out in 83. I was one. Depending on what month it came out in 83, I could have been younger than that. I could have been just like months old, you know? Isn't that insane? Like, sometimes I forget, like, how long David Bowie has been around. Because, I just assume he's been, like, I don't know. Sometimes I just forget how, like, he's been around since, like, the 60s. So, yeah, hold on. Sorry, I need coffee. So, oh, baby, just you shut your mouth. So, I didn't get to see Mandy's Music Monday last week because I had to help Bug with her weather report that she was doing for school. And it was basically like they had to just give a little weather report. They could either film it or they could do it in front of the class, which of course we filmed it because Bug is like me and absolutely terrified of speaking in front of people unless it's on a camera and you're in your room by yourself. So I was helping her with that, and she wanted to do it in New York because they got to pick any place they wanted, any season they wanted, So of course she wanted to do New York because that's where David Bowie lives. And so then after that we were trying to pick all kinds of like cool David Bowie references. So we did New York. Her date was January 8th, which is his birthday. It was Thursday for Thursday's Child. Oh, I made her like little theme music and we did changes. And I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, I thought this Music Monday I would talk about soundtracks. Let me turn this down. I do like that song. And he passed away not that long ago, Jeff Healey. So, anyway, I wanted to do soundtracks because I have found like this soundtrack that I'm totally in love with. Like, I see the movie and the movie is really, really good. The first time I watched it, like I watched it twice now, and the first time I watched it, I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? And then the second time I watched it, like I totally appreciated it for what it was. And it's, 5 soundtracks. Number 5 is the Drive soundtrack. It's the new movie with Ryan Gosling in it, and it's a movie that's based on a book. Duh, all movies are based on books anymore. They're remakes because Hollywood has run out of ideas. But anyway, it's about this. Ryan Gosling plays this stunt car driver, and he's like a mechanic, and then he does stunt car things for the movies. But then on the side, and like at night, he does what does he do? He does he's like a getaway driver. Like, people can hire him and he will take you. I don't know if he takes you there or if he just meets you there, but he gives you 5 minutes to do what you got to do, and then you get in the car and he'll get you away. That's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That was neat. But then like it got all like weird and crazy and like really bloody. And so like the first time there was like all this blood, I'm like, what am I watching? And then like he doesn't talk a lot through the whole movie until like kind of towards the end. He has a little bit more, much more, a little bit more to say, but not a whole lot more. And so, yeah, I am totally, because, okay, when the movie first started, it started out with like this really cool song. And the song that it starts out with is Night Call. And it's by Kavinsky, which they were French. I looked them up, and featuring Lev Fox. That's Fox with 3 X's. What is on my, I think I've got makeup on me. So anyway, and like, so that song starts out and it's already kind of creepy. The song is, but then it starts being like cool 80s music sort of. And I'm like, holy hell. hold up, I already love this. And so then, like, when the credits are popping up, like, the writing was like, as soon as the writing pops, I'm like, oh my God, this is like totally 80s writing for 80s movies, you know? And it was kind of like, it reminded me of maybe an 80s movie. And it could have just been because of the music. And like I said, the writing, you know, that for the credits, you know, in the beginning, and like the name pops up, you know, it says Ryan Gosling. It's like in this hot pink lettering. I was like, this is so my movie. And so anyway, I'm like totally in love with this soundtrack. I need to buy it. I need to buy it. I need like a physical copy. I've already, you know, got it, but I want like the physical copy because I'm weird. I like CDs. So, yeah, it's got 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 songs and then the rest of the score. But like my favorite one, Under Your Spell, is really good. But my favorite one is A Real Hero. And let me think. Okay, I'm totally going to spoil the movie for you. So if you don't want to watch that, stop right here. Okay, so anyway, in the part where A Real Hero pops up, it's like you think Ryan Gosling is dead, which they call him, which in the credits he's listed as driver. Like they never call him anything in the movie. But you totally think he's dead, and so like the movie is like real quiet anyway. There's hardly any music in it, which is weird, you know, and it's like real quiet and he doesn't have anyway. You think he's dead, and he's just like chilling in the car, and he's like just staring off into space, and he's like not moving or anything, and like literally it's like 30 seconds or even like a minute, the camera is just him staring, and then all of a sudden he blinks, and when he blinks this song comes on, which they played it earlier in the movie, but to me it just had like more impact to the end. So now when I listen to this song, that's what I imagine happening. It's like him opening his eyes. So yeah, it's totally crazy. And so like when his eyes pop open and he's looking, like the bass of the song comes on, and it's just like, oh, it's amazing. I love it. And I'll totally put all these songs in the bottom. There's one slow song on there that I don't care that much for. But yeah, that movie is really good. Like it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of a movie to compare it to. Maybe Pulp Fiction, something like that. It's like kind of artsy, like an artsy type movie. And like when I was reading about it online, when I was looking this up about the soundtrack, like Ryan Gosling said it's like kind of like a John Hughes movie meets like something. I forgot what he said. And he said he said he always thought like, or of course I'm not using his exact words, but it's like, you know, if Pretty in Pink had people getting their heads smashed in, that's what this movie is. So yeah, I love it. Not that I like people getting their heads smashed in. That's bad. But I totally love this movie, and the soundtrack is awesome. Okay. Number 4, of course. Well, not of course. But somehow they all ended up being kind of 80s-ish. The number 4 is Purple Rain. So you can't really see it all that great. But yeah, half of my music collection I jacked from my mom. So, you know, me and my mom totally have the same taste. And I've just stolen all her CDs because she doesn't know how to take care of CDs. So I just take them from her and I keep them. So, Purple Rain, the movie is obviously, it's totally awesome. This is from 84. I was 2 in 84. So, Let's Go Crazy is awesome. But of course, my favorite is When Doves Cry. Love it. And I love I Would Die for You. And, you know, Purple Rain. I told you Purple Rain. But what is the song? Is that even on here? It's the song from the guy that he doesn't like. It's like his arch enemy in the movie. And like, he comes out on stage, you know, he like looks in the mirror and he's like, is it called The Bird? And they do that thing. I'm totally going to find it and I'll put the link at the bottom because I like that song too. Okay. Then, for serious, this movie came out when I was in kindergarten, and I can remember when we lived on base here in Kentucky, when my dad was in the military, we lived on base, and I can totally remember watching MTV and seeing this movie trailer and thinking, oh, that looks cool, and I was like 5 years old, and it was Johnny Castle, and he does the dance down the aisle at the end of the movie. Yeah, that was it. So you guys know what I'm about to show you, because I just said Johnny Castle. Hello. Dirty Dancing. This one is old. Like, we've had this CD forever. Yep, 87. I was in kindergarten. And this is one of my all-time favorite movies anyway. But, of course, you know, I Had the Time of My Life is really good, but I love She's Like the Wind, and I love Hungry Eyes. Totally love Hungry Eyes by Eric Carmen. And he sings that other song, too, that I really like. Hold on, give me a second. I'll think of it. They're vacuuming and I'm distracted. what's that song? It goes, turn the radio up for that sweet sound. Let me lose control. That's the name of it. Yeah, and I like that one. And I pretty much like every time I hear any song, even if it's in another movie or anything, I automatically think of the scene that it's in Dirty Dancing. You know, like Overload, where he like busts the window in the car. Yeah, love it. Love it. And Patrick Swayze totally saying She's Like the Wind. And then some rapper sampled it. I'll find it if you haven't heard that of the rapper that sampled She's Like the Wind. I'll put it down there too. Whew. And number 2, I don't own the soundtrack. It's Billy Ocean. Freaking love me some Billy Ocean. Number 2, can you tell I'm hyper? I'm like so into the 80s mood right now. And like I've been listening to the Drive soundtrack all day. I'm such a dork. Anyway, number 2 is a Labyrinth soundtrack, David Bowie. I don't personally own the physical copy of Labyrinth. I have bought it off iTunes, and then I have also bought like they've got Underground, Dance Magic, and it's like this little extra thing, and it's like 4 or 5 songs, and it's like different remixes of it. And I bought those, but I totally need the soundtrack, and I keep looking at them on eBay, and I've never bought them, but I totally need to buy one. However, I do have this that I did buy off eBay, very cheap. Can you see? It's a Underground extended dance mix. Technically, I bought this for me, but Bug, you know how much Bug loves him, so he gets to stay in Bug's room. But don't tell her that technically he's mine, and if I ever leave this house, it's coming with me. Don't tell her I said that. But yeah, I do have this. And I only paid like $5 or $6 for it. I didn't pay that much for it. And Labyrinth is $86. So I was like 4 when this came out. And that's the back. I'll show you the back. And number 1, let me show you. Well, I won't show you. Maybe you can guess by my shirt. Can you see? Yeah. Of course, my number 1 would be Goo Dolls. Duh. And I personally don't like this movie. City of Angels. This is the first Goo Goo Dolls anything I ever bought was the City of Angels soundtrack for Iris. And it's scratched, I think. Yeah. There's like part of it that won't play because I played the hell out of this CD. Yeah. And Goo Goo Dolls were nominated for a Grammy for Iris. And that year, that damn Titanic song won, Celine Dion. I don't like that song. I don't like that movie. And it's weird because that movie was on this morning, and I have never watched it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it. If you put all those bits and pieces together, I've seen that movie all the way through. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio is hot. I thought Kate Winslet looked older than him in that movie. I didn't cry when he died because I already knew he was going to die. Yeah, I just don't like that movie. And it could be because that song ruined it for me. And I had a friend, and she went and seen that movie like every weekend until it left the movie theater. For real. She's seen that movie a lot. And so she told me all about it. So, that's just a really long movie, and I was totally not interested in that movie. This movie, the only thing good about this movie was Iris. And in the movie, they play the acoustic version, which I don't think John Resnick was very happy about because, of course, this is what, in behind the music, what they call, like their turn, they've turned another corner. And, he's like, we can't go back to the garage after this because they brought in like this big, like violins and all this other stuff to put on it. And so, they made like this huge epic song, and then they only wanted an acoustic version of it. So he said they sent him back to the studio to record an acoustic version, and I guess it kind of made him mad because he didn't want to. So he said he basically spent the whole day messing up on purpose and drinking when he recorded the acoustic version for that song, and it amuses me because John Resnick is such a rebel. What else? I have like 50,000 different versions of this song. I've got the acoustic versions, I've got live versions, but there's just one really cool version, which I don't even know if they would have it on YouTube because I've had it for like a million years, and I actually downloaded it off of that one place that came out in the 90s that got in trouble by Metallica. Lars, yeah. So, but it's like they've mashed it up with the movie, and so it's like the Iris soundtrack, but like there's lines of dialogue from the movie in it, and that version's pretty cool. I'll tell you what I didn't like about this movie. Number one, like I don't like Nicolas Cage. Like there's something, I think it's his hair that distracts me. Like I can't watch any movie and not look at anything but his hair. Like I can't even pay attention to what he's talking about. Because his hair is always changing. And I seen an article or something on the internet where he said that he was done experimenting with his hair. Let's hope so. And second, like for real, if you're gonna ride your bike like that, of course you're gonna freaking get hit by a damn truck. For real, don't ride your bike with your eyes closed and your arms out like this. You're just asking for trouble. So I didn't feel sorry for her. That probably sounded totally mean. So yeah, those are my 5 soundtracks, and there's totally more soundtracks that I absolutely love. Like Pretty Woman has a good soundtrack. Because it's got Roxette on there. I like this song too, Human League. Human. I love this song. A Pretty Woman has a good soundtrack. And there was another one that I was going to mention, but I forgot to write it down. Also, my friend Virginia, she recommended me some music to listen to, and it was Group Love, and they were really good. And the one that she recommended was Tongue Tied, and I do like that song. That song is good. I've got that one now. And then Passion Pit, and she said no, maybe she didn't say the Reeling. The Reeling is the one that I liked, and it was even on my on demand when I was watching videos the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Passion Pit. That's what Virginia told me about. And so yeah, I do like that. However, Virginia, you did recommend MGMT Kids. And the song is really good. I do like that song. I've already got it, and I've been listening to it. But what the hell is up with that video? That video is creepy. It's got this baby in it, and like these monsters are after it. And then like the baby, something happens to the baby, and the cop brings it back to the mom, but the cop is like this bloody thing, and the baby's like crying and trying to, I don't even know. But like it's so weird that like they even, like, when you watch the official video, they have a link underneath there that says no children were harmed during the making of this video. And then they show you the making of the video and showing the baby, like, meeting the monsters and stuff. WTF. That was crazy because that even freaked me out a little bit. So, yeah. I do like that music, though, and I do like Kids. I really do like that song. Don't like the video. I don't think I'll watch the video again, ever. So, okay, that's it for Mandy's Music Monday. This is going on 19 minutes. I'm going to edit it a lot.